represents the schematic of TRAPAD diode, where the configuration that we are considering is P plus N and N plus region. So for the impact diode also we have considered the same configuration, that is nothing but P plus N and N plus regions. We can even have the different configurations like N plus P, P plus. That configuration is also valid, but this configuration, whatever we have used for impact and now for tripad, this configuration is most widely used configuration. So the major disadvantage of impact that we have seen just now is that it will be having more noise, and that noise is due to the because of avalanche process. So in order to avoid that diode, what happens is, if you can clearly observe this particular schematic here, the input that we are providing is a current signal. The input that we are giving is a current signal, and that too current in the form of square wave or current in the form of square wave. Generally what will happen, we will be providing the voltage, and we will be absorbing the output signal as a if we are a current signal, that too not in the form of sinusoidal, in the form of square wave, and we will be absorbing the voltage that you can see here. If you observe this particular characteristics, this x-axis is time period and the y-axis, it was written like V is directly proportional to I. What does it indicates is this particular dotted line, whatever you can observe here, this dotted line, this is nothing but the square wave. So here it is square wave, means that indicates that the input signal that you are giving is a current signal. The input signal gives a current signal, and the current signal you are giving it in the form of your square wave. So based on this input current signal, we will have a signal that is nothing but the voltage. I'm repeating this point once again. Generally, we'll be providing input signal as an voltage signal, and we'll be observing the current signal as an output signal. But for trapad, the reverse is happening. That is nothing but it will be the current signal, and it is going to be voltage signal. And here the current signal that we are giving in the form of square wave, we are giving it in the form of square wave, and based on this we are going to observe the output signal, that is nothing but the voltage signal as an output for this particular trapad diode. And here the thickness of each region is given. The thickness of P plus region is said to be 2.5 to 7.5 micrometers, and here this is nothing but the depletion layer. This is nothing but the width of the depletion layer, and this width can be varied from 2.5 to 12.5 micrometers. Here it is going to be 2.5 to 7.5 micrometers, and the width of the depletion layer can be varied from 2.5 to 12.5 micrometers. And here this thing for this N plus, it depends upon the type of frequency signal that we are using. See here, this width of this region can be, this N plus region can be 50 micrometers for continuous wave. If it is a continuous wave, then it is going to be, and it's going to vary for low frequency signal. For low frequency signal, it is going to be 750 micrometers for low frequency high peak power. So the width of this N plus region, that is nothing but the drift region. This is going to be the drift region. So here this will be the depletion, PN junction, and this is nothing but the depletion region. So P plus and between P plus and the junction is going to be there, and here N plus is nothing but the drift space or the drift region through which the electrons are going to drift from the cathode to the anode. So this N plus region width, it depends upon the nature or the type of the wave. If it is a continuous wave, then the width of this N plus region is going to be 50 micrometers, and if it is a low frequency signal, if it is of low frequency signal, then width is going to be 750 micrometers, and it will be very close to the impact diode. The trapad diode will be very similar to the impact diode, but the only difference is that information has to be formed, and in the process of generating the output voltage signals, the formation of plasma takes place. That need to be expected high frequency microwave in the form of voltage. That plasma that is happening in the trapad diode, whereas in impact the plasma formation is not there. The avalanche current multiplication is nothing but the operation because of which the high frequency microwave signal is going to be generated. But in this particular in and around this depletion region, in and around this current that we are giving externally, because of this externally connected current signal, plasma is going to be formed around depletion, even depletion regions. The formation electron to be developed across this depletion region, field the output is going to be increased and decreased. And now coming to this VI characteristics. Here, as I told you, the dotted line is representing the externally connected current signal, and this solid line is nothing but the output signal in the form of voltage. So here from A to B, it represents charging of the diode. From A to B it represents charging of the diode, and from B to C as well as C to D. From B to C and C to D it represents formation of plasma. Keenly observe this solid line. A to B represents charging of the diode. B to C as well as C to D. It represents formation of plasma. Plasma is going to be formed during this particular time period. From B to D, the plasma is going to be formed, and from D to E, the plasma is extracted. From D to E, plasma is extracted. From D to C and C to D, plasma is during this particular time period, the plasma is going to be formed, and from D to E, during this particular time, from D to E, during this particular time, the plasma is extracted. From D to E, plasma is extracted. And from E to F also, plasma is extracted, but we call it as a residual extraction of plasma. From E to F, the plasma is going to be extracted. D to E also, the plasma is extracted, and from E to F also, the plasma is but that we are extracting from E to F time period. We call that process as residual plasma extraction. We call it as residual plasma extraction. Here from D to E is the plasma extraction. E to F is a residual plasma extraction. What exactly residual plasma extraction? See, as I told you, the plasma is going to be developed around the depletion region and across the C plus station and N plus station. That means across the ends of the diode, across the ends, this cathode end and this anode end, also across the ends also the plasma is going to be developed. So whatever the plasma that is being extracted across these two ends, the plasma that is being extracted across these two ends, that process we call it as a residual plasma extraction. Plasma, the process in which the plasma is extracted at the two ends. At the two ends of this particular trapad diode. That process we call it as residual plasma extraction. And the plasma that you are extracting, which is around the depletion layer, plasma around the depletion layer, whatever you are extracting the plasma that is around this depletion layer, that we simply call it as a plasma extraction. So here in the graph, from D to F, it's completely the extraction of plasma, but the meaning is different. From D to E, we call it as a plasma extraction, and from E to F, we call it as a residual plasma extraction. And again from F to G, From F to G, it represents charging only, charging of diode. From F to G again it is charging of diode, and from G to A whatever to a critical value, the diode is going to be charged, and that critical value is going to constant even after this G up to A. And again after A, the same graph is going to be repeated. From A to B, it is going to charge, and from B to C, plasma is going to be formed, as well as from C to D, it is going to form. So this cycle is going to be repeated from this point A. So from notation to notation, the operation of this entire chapad is going to be explained. So this particular graph is very, very essential while you are answering this particular topic. So I'll repeat these notations once again. A to B, diode is charging. B to C, as well as C to D, formation of plasma is taking place. D to A is a plasma extraction around the depletion layer, and E to F is plasma extraction around the ends, across the ends. So E to F process, the extraction of plasma during the time period of E to F is called as residual plasma extraction, and from F to G it is going to be again charging of diode, and from Z to A, to whatever value the diode is charged, that charging value is going to remain same from Z to A. So this is all what about the trapad. Guys, are you clear with the operation of trapad diode? Did you understand the operation of trapad?